Hello everyone, it's Uchiha today. Today's video is my version, or supposedly a DIY slash how I customize my own mask. Of course, I mean like these masks, which is one is my Voodoo Witch one, and my other one is my Akaya, and I'm bad pronouncing a name. No offense. It's AKRI, my warrior character mask. I make these characters, I'm going to be honest, I have wrote this on my Instagram saying I make these masks based on, besides me drawing and painting or doing digital art and all that stuff, this is very therapeutic for me in some way because I'm bringing a character to life from my head. It's kind of like how they phrase it as fighting your own demons, in a way. But in my version, it's more like I'm bringing my character to life in my head based on things. Like, my Voodoo Witch is based on just a whole emotion mess. Just dealing with pain, but then using it as, like, a power. And then this one's based on anxiety, which has been going on since the last couple weeks now. Because why not? So, I'm going to explain the safety rules. I'm going to explain where you could get your mask, what mask I have used, which of course I will explain that sooner or later. I will explain exactly what clay I use and where you can get it, or suggest whatever the case may be, and then I'll explain the tools that I have that will be remaining as a suggestion or not. So let's start with the safety rules. If you're not 15 or older, which knows how to mess with clay, as in they took a ceramic class, please have a parent with you because there will be dangerous tools, which I will tell you which tools that you need with parents. So I don't have to hear this saying a comment or saying like, oh, I didn't say anything about safety rules. I am definitely going to mention what stuff you need a parent for. 100%. Because you don't, these days, you don't want any injuries now. So, I will show each stuff tools you need. I will definitely show weapons and everything like that. I am pulling something out with one hand. Because I knew I forgot something. So, I'm just going to put it right here real quick. Because I'm like, got everything here. I hope I'm not missing anything. And then I realized, wait, I have one more missing here. Anywho, so please like this video. Enjoy this video for now. I hope it's my best. I know my backdrop is not that perfect because, of course, it's not my room. But this is the least I can do to make a video so I can post it on Instagram and also post this on YouTube because I know a lot of people ask me what stuff did I use, how did I make it, because everyone loves the texture and how it came out. This is actually my first video actually making explaining my DIY stuff because I have made videos like for Ipsy or something like that, and I was never fairly comfortable with it. And like my mom always required me to do like an over voice of like my first speed paint for 2020 of my autism, since I have autism. I was like, why haven't you explained? I was like, I didn't know how to work with it. I'm still new to this laptop that I have. I was like, I'm new to this, so don't mind me. I'm not good with skipping and all that stuff, so I'm just going with the flow with this as best as I can. So I hope you enjoyed this video. First things first is, where can I get these masks? Of course, you can get it if you're getting from any store at any time of the friggin' event. You can get it in a thrift store, like any mask. You can get it either from a thrift store or Amazon, which is this mask right here. This is also from Amazon, because it came with the little things and all. This is from Amazon. So Amazon thrift store, because sometimes your stores have those things. And Party City. They always have stuff like this in their party session when they have masks and everything and all that stuff. You can get a Finest or Freddy mask. You can use that as samples, or just like the regular party mask like these. I'm going to show you right now because this is not from Party City, but this is from another store. Okay, and it's this mask right. If you're getting from during September, like the mid-September, all the way to the whole month of October, if you're getting any mask, I suggest either Spirit Halloween, which is it's the same as this. Halloween City, which is another store, which actually that's in Jersey. I don't know if they're anywhere else, but I have seen this in Jersey. Halloween City. Another one is Walmart, Target, and Five Below. If you're going for something cheaper, I suggest in Five Below they sell their neon masks. That's what they call this, and their skull mask for $1. I got 2 and 2, but just the skull I got one black, one white, and then in this one I got both white just in case. Which you don't see the second one because the second one is the one I'm going to use as like a little demo. Well, not demo, but I'm going to use one of these as a demo of my step-by-step how you're supposed to do this. So if you're going with something cheaper, those Five Below is the best place to get it for just $1. If that's the case. Unless you want Amazon, and you can get it and find it cheaper. It's your choice. If you want to get a bundle pack, that's another thing. If you want to get it cheaper for a bundle pack, I suggest Amazon as well. Next thing is the clay. I suggest if you have kids, little kids, and you're like an adult and you have little kids, I suggest you be careful with certain kids that will take the clay, because this is not Play-Doh. And this is a health hazard for them not putting in their mouth. I get this clay. That's I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is the clay I 100% use with these two masks. I suggest only the terracotta because the white one dries very, very quickly. I was naive when my cousin from Puerto Rico told me about the white clay because she used to use this one, and she told me do not try to use the white one as fully because it dries very fast. And I was like, that's not a big deal. I eventually mixed it with the terracotta clay and it ended up getting hard real fast because I didn't have enough clay. And it did not moist in the right way. It had a weird texture with my sensory issue does not go so well. When it felt, I was like, what the heck? I had to throw it out. So I suggest if you want the clay I use, this is the clay I use. You could get it either in Amazon, you could either get it in Hobby Lobby, or you could get it in Michael's. Michael are selling this one for $11 something. I got mine in Hobby Lobby because they had it for $9, plus it was 30% off for clay, and I got it for $7. So that's I like the deals on there. I like the discounts because I could get everything cheaper. Or an art and craft store. They also have like this stuff in the clay section and all. Amazon, they will have it. Maybe they might have a box. I've been trying to find a box in every store and I haven't even found one. I think Amazon might have one, but I had no luck finding like a box set just so you can have it. Because the last time they had it, if I'm correct, was a couple years ago. My mother had a box of it. She was doing some crafting stuff as well. I know, that was a big gah. Not like that, but it's just like I have an itch on my nose right here. Next is the tools. I will give you a safety hazard of which tools you need appearance with if you are not used to these tools or just any possibility. If you're a cosplayer, you know how to mess with all these tools. If you have been in art classes or ceramic classes or wood classes, you definitely know this stuff. Well, not wood class, but you know what I mean. You know how to mess with these dangerous stuff. So the first thing is, of course, scissors. I have two different ones. This version is for like certain like patterns or something like that. This one deals with material stuff. I call it the material scissors because it deals with heavy duty certain materials like sandpapers and all that stuff. This is one of the touching rules. I'd say you need a parent meeting. Here's another tool. I'm going with a parent one first because I know this is going to be the first one that's going to be like, but you didn't say anything. I'm saying it out. Yes, I have a Monster High Racer because it didn't come with a cap, but this is a Zestro knife. I suggest you put this in a safe place. I don't have a cap for mine, so I use an eraser as a case. Because with my luck, I am very clumsy and I easily cut myself. And I really like it. Like my blood is like I can make a crime scene out of my blood. Like I'm not lying. I bleed more than anything else. So this is also a safe habit. Don't let little kids around, or if you don't know how to use this, please let a parent near you, or if you know someone that knows how to use this, please let them do it as well for you. Or if you took an art class from middle school all the way to up, definitely up in high school, because they'll teach you how to use it properly. Trust me, I learned that from the hard way. Because I and cut myself in freshman high school. And I knew how to use it. It's just I biasly slipped and would not expect to cut myself. This is one of the tools I'm going to say. Another one, because I also hurt myself during high school years too. I was a clumsy kid. Not my fault. All my teachers were saying, why do you end up doing this to yourself? I was like, I don't know. I get along with my teachers. So I was a good student. So that's one thing I could say. I was never a bad student. To get these tools, you could get it either around your house, like plastic knife, ice cream spoon, like you know when you taste sample, like if you want to try a sample from an ice cream store, like Cold Stones, and say, oh, I want to try this ice cream, can I get a sample? Keep the spoon. This also works for your clay making. You also get the nail products ones, and that's also could help by making little like stuff like roses and all. These tools you can either get from the art and craft stores, Hobby Lobby, Michaels, or like I said, art and craft stores, whatever the case. And these are like top to bottom tools, but they're plastic. They're not like sharp or anything. The one tool I'm going to show you that I had to get because this is good for making cracks or any little small details. And that is these tools, which it has this curve and point, which is also parent need safety warning, need someone that know how to use these stuff, and this one. Because I have by accidentally not noticed that I stabbed myself with this one. And this is the one that my teacher said, why did you do this to yourself? And I was like, I did not realize until halfway. Because I didn't feel it. This time I felt it. Like this time I didn't even realize it was going in my finger. I'm just giving you safety notice of my experience. And it didn't have a cap, so I forgot that I put it upwards. Cause never put the sharp stuff upwards. Always put it downwards. That's the truth. Like the scissors, always keep it downwards. Cause when I was putting the sponge, not realizing my finger went in it, and I felt it halfway hitting my finger, and I was like, and I started bleeding badly. I'm lucky I didn't end up in the hospital because they were really. My teacher was concerned. She was like, "Yo, I know I get injuries, but damn man." You literally, I was like, that's not my fault. I didn't, she's like, how do you not realize that you, I was like, I was like, the funny part was, I didn't even realize my finger was going in it. It's true. I'm saying this in experience for people warning, like, I never hurt myself. I had hurt myself, and I learned from that mistake. So I'm trying to warn people, do not do the same as what I did, because it was painful. It was really painful. And then I have to write with this finger. So, another tool. I have sandpaper, but I don't know where it went, so that's another one. Sandpaper, nail filer, a buffer. You definitely need this because this is going to help you put the clay, help with the surface of the clay. And that's next product. Elmer glue. Ha! You think this is going to help make slime? No. This also helps putting the clay on the mask. Because if you file the freaking mask, or bottle, whatever the case you may be, a teja. If you're Spanish, you know what a teja is. Teja is pretty much a roof piece, which is they buy from the store, which in Puerto Rico they do this because I know this because I took a class for this. You go to the they go to the store, they buy the roof piece, and they make like any type of shape or size, whatever the case may be, how it looks, whatever. They sandpaper it first and all that stuff, and then they put the items. Like they make the clay, and then they make like little pieces and all to make it look like a house, a garden, or a kitchen, like everything like that on the above. And they buy like little toy samples for like the little toy house or something like that, and they buy it for like $1 or something like that. Where sadly that one of the stores got closed because of the hurricane that happened. So, but I had learned this because I went to those stores. When you find the mask, when you're laying the clay, you glue it, because then it sticks more when you're pressing in, and then it sticks more. So another tool, which I don't have, I'm gonna buy it, is 100% a roller, and specifically for just this alone. Because if you have a roller and you're using it for clay, do not use it for baking, because the chemical of the clay stays, and the stain will stay on that roller. So get a roller that is for the clay, or at least you just keep it for the clay. Have like a little bin or something else, Tupperware, whatever case you want to put in, a drawer, whatever case, and put in those stuff there. Do not mix it with anything else. Another one is sealant, which is, there's 2 different versions I have, and I got it from Family Tree Store. You could get it in Amazon, Family Tree Store, Michaels, or Hobby Lobby. I got mine in Family Tree Store because they had it for just $1. And I buy a bunch of them. Like, to this day, every time I bought it in the art craft side, and they have like a bin of it, I buy all of it. Because even though they're small, they're cheap. So the Mod Glue, there's 2 different versions. There is the matte sealing, which is a water-based sealer, glue, and finish, which is the matte version. And then this is the glossy version, which I normally use the glossy version for this. I only get the matte just in case if I need to. It'll help better, whatever the case may be. And lastly, but not least, well, not lastly, but not, an apron is one of them. I just got an apron, so this is one of them, because you can stain yourself by doing the clay and all. I'm a messy person, so I suggest you wearing a shirt you don't want to wear, maybe jogging pants that you have messed up and everything, and etc. Because I did that, and that's what I use. Or PJs that you don't, or comfy stuff. Whatever the case may be, as long as they're not long sleeve and everything like that, you're good. Another tool, when you're placing the clay and one starts to dry up because you're still trying to go by piece by piece, water spray bottle and a cup of water. Those are your 2 best friends. That's why with the terracotta, it's so much better, because when you place at one spot, and as you're trying to place the other piece of the clay on that part, and that part, the other side is drying, spray it, rub it, and it stays moist again. And lastly, what paint do I use? I use you could get this in Hobby Lobby. I don't think Michael sells this one. I don't think. I know Hobby Lobby sells this, and definitely Amazon. Maybe in the Blick art material store, they definitely probably have this, because that's the biggest art store you could name, and I didn't even know they have it in Union Square. I just found out like last week Friday that they had it there. I was like, this whole time I've been in Union Square, and I didn't even know there was an art store there. There's a Nick, there's a Sephora, there's a Barnes & Noble, but this whole time, there was an art Blick store right there. So I told my mother, next time I'm going to Manhattan, I'm going there. So when we got to meet my grandmother's job. I use the Master Touch Fine Art Studio acrylic paint. This is very, very pigmented. It blends colors very, very, very well. I really like this brand a lot. This is the Astro Tube. Both masks are used by those colors. I just have the bigger size for both white and black because that's the most I use. And second of all, I very go with my details. So both of these masks were based on that same paint. You could use any paint you want, whatever the case may be. Also with the Mod Glue, if you have a cheapy brush, just use the cheapy brush and just put it in, dip in the water, whatever the case may be. If you're using better brushes for details and everything, that would be perfect for any type of brush. But overall, I think that's also, and if you want to get design stuff, like for example, like metal wires, like the wires you put for like, I don't know, stuff and all, You could get those. You could get ribbons. You could get these beltings. You could get like anything from like a sewing area, Hobby Lobby, because they have material stuff. Walmart has material stuff as well and all that stuff, ribbon and everything like that. Warehouses, they have like in their little art and craft section, they have like the little stuff and everything like that. Or like I said, any store will sell like these like gems and all, these little blings, gems and all. But this one I got from Walmart, and I'm telling you now, I was amazed because I was like, holy crud. I was telling my mother I was looking at, like, I had to take a picture. These things are huge. There are some of them like, this is how huge they are, and I'm like, yo, are they? I have to make a party out of this. She's like, you're so stupid. I was like, that's not my fault. But this is another way of decorating it. Now, I can show you, explain to you step by step how you're supposed to do it. First things first, I'm going to get a mask, which is I'm going to get the skull one because this is a better small one out of any of the masks in here and all that stuff. I am moving my mask back here because this is where it's going back to. There we go. And this one goes right here. That's where all my mask goes. So anywho, you get a mask. Of course, put your apron on, have your tool sets and all, have your clay, have your water, your spray bottle, and etc. And like I said, if you have a buffer or a nail filer, I use this both for my nails and this, but it's not like there's any clay on it. But if you're using a buffer, nail filer, or sandpaper, I have sandpaper. Like I said, I don't know where it goes. I don't know where it went. So what you first do is you get your mask, you get your nail filer, and you file everything, every nook and cranny, every edge and everything like that. File the whole mask, every little nook and cranny, you name it. You have to file it. Because what you're going to do is when you're, a roller is, like I said, the roller. You get your roller, you get your clay, you start rolling. Of course, if you have a mat or a cloth, always have that on the table just in case. And always have a wet bounty just here so you can lay on the clay. Or if what's good about this one is every time you take like a piece here, you can fold it and it's still moist inside. Because I guess the type of this paper they use, it actually stays it moist. You rolling it, you flattening it, and then you lay it, and then you're gonna like cut it in certain ways with your fingers, or sometimes a Neptune knife, or just with your fingers, and then spreading out before you fully. It won't stay in if you just put the clay on it. You put the Elmer's glue. It's closed, not open, but you put the Elmer's glue, and then you put the clay on top. Put it, press. It's gonna stick, and then if you're doing like a whole one piece, that's gonna take a while. I suggest going by parts slowly to build it up, so it could be a whole full mask. And then let it dry. If it doesn't dry in the next 5 hours or so, wait till the next day. And if it's not dry the next day, make it another day. Because even though it's going to take you a whole day to do a mask, it's probably going to end up taking 1 to 2 days, depending on how it is. Because if it dries in patch, like you see like little dots here and there that's not dry, that means it's not fully dried. It needs to be more dried. Because when you paint, you're using water with the paint. So it's going to make it more moist and more sensitive. You're going to end up messing it up. So I would suggest waiting for 2 days just in case. And then what you do is, once it's done, you make sure of it. And then if you want a blueprint, like if you're going to use like bling and all, I suggest you blueprint it out or sketch it out on the paper and make sure that you know where you're placing it and all that stuff. Or if you're just painting design, which is another thing, you can paint on top. Well, of course, you're going to paint it either way. You're not going to leave it terracotta, but you paint it whatever color you want and all, and then you decorate your own way. You could put glitter, you could put gems. You could put horns, like, little horns and all that stuff, unicorn, you name it. This is your mask. And then you let the mask color dry, and then you do more details into it. I suggest, when using acrylic paint, if you wanted to make it look more dimensional, I learned this from Delightful, who is an artist and a YouTuber who does make doll making and does drawing as well. I learned this technique from her physically 100%, because I never knew about this until I saw her video one day and I tried it out, and it does work. If you have chalk pastels like this, or oil pastel, but I prefer chalk pastel. If you have a chalk pastel and a paintbrush not wet, just for this, scrape it, dab it with a brush, dry brush, and start doing details once the paint is dry. Because then you could, like I did with this mask, I use black and gray and like brown a bit to make it more dimensional and more real looking. So I suggest you do that as well. So pretty much those are all the tools. I don't have every tool, but I'm gonna get the tools because I need them. But overall, this is what I actually use to do my videos. Like, this is how I make my things. And I'm gonna be honest, these are very therapeutic for myself and I don't know how I would do it without it. I am gonna try a new way besides just making face masks. I'm gonna learn, and if it works, I will make a video explaining how to do it. I'm gonna try to learn how to make, of course, a gas mask, to make a below mask. If this works out, I will make another video for that 100%. I will show the tools and everything again, what I use and all that stuff. But I want to make sure this works out as a plan. Because if it doesn't work out as a plan, I need a plan B. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you leave a like and a comment. Follow me on Instagram or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't do video every day, but this is a little something I do to keep me more active. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest, you can make characters out of bringing them to life. I bring mice to life every time in my head, even though half of them are already annoyed with me because probably they're like, are you kidding me? How much more character are you going to make in your head? As much as my emotion keeps coming in, there are going to be more characters they're going to be. And a lot of them kind of look like me in some weird way. I guess because I use myself as a look, so I cosplay, that's But also, you can follow me on TikTok. I have a TikTok account, which is dia.uchiha. That's where I do all my makeup look and all that stuff. I also have a makeup blog, which is Queen of Glam 18. That's all together. I do all my makeup there and all. I'm putting all my TikToks in there. I will post a little bit on my art blog, but not on here. I have a Facebook page. I also have Twitter, if you want to follow me on Twitter. I think that's pretty much it. I think I have all my link on my Instagram and all that stuff. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys listening to this. This is something I'm really a little not comfortable with, but I will post this on Instagram and probably try to post it on YouTube. If I don't post it on YouTube yet, I will try to post it on YouTube. But I will definitely post it on Instagram 100% because I'm trying my best to figure out how to do it. So, thank you guys for watching.